Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're jumping straight into the MotoGP sprint race action from the Qatar Grand Prix 2025.
That's right. We've got a few sources here. Sprint results, sprint review, basically everything we need.
And our mission, really, is to pull out the key stuff, the moments that stood out from this race, without getting totally bogged down.
Exactly. Cut through the noise, find the main storylines, and maybe see what it tells us for the main event.
Okay, so headline number one has to be Marc Marquez takes the win.
Yep.
And reclaims the championship lead. That's what, his 6th win of the season already?
Mm-hmm. 4 sprints, 2 long races. It's a pretty balanced domination so far.
It really signals he's back, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And look who's right there with him consistently. Alex Marquez, 2nd place again.
His 7th straight 2nd place. That's kind of incredible.
It really is. And Franco Morbidelli grabbing 3rd, just like he did in the main race 2 weeks back.
That consistency is interesting. I guess they found something, right?
Definitely a performance level that's sticking.
But okay, here's maybe the most intriguing bit, for me anyway. Fermin and Aldeguer.
Ah, the rookie.
Yeah, what a debut sprint. Finishes 4th, just misses the podium.
So close.
And how he got there. Drops to 7th on lap 1, which, that could rattle anyone.
Especially a rookie in their first sprint, yeah. Chaos.
But then he just carved his way through. Past Bagnaia, past Quartararo. Some big names.
And what's really telling there is how he passed them. Getting past guys known for strong braking.
Right.
It suggests real confidence, good bike setup for corner entry, that sort of thing. It's more than just a good result. It's how he achieved it. High-level skill on display.
Okay, let's dig into Marc Marquez a bit more then. Pole position.
With a record lap, no less.
He just seems to have this sprint format figured out, almost. And he even said Losail wasn't his favorite track.
Well, that just shows the form he's in, doesn't it? His adaptability. Okay, the track isn't perfect for him, maybe, but he still pulls out a comfortable win, ends up 1.5 seconds clear at the line. That's pretty dominant.
It says a lot about just getting the maximum out of everything. Bike, tires, himself.
Totally.
His brother Alex did give him a little nudge at the start of lap 2, didn't he?
A brief challenge, yeah. But Marc shut that down pretty quickly.
Yeah, it feels like once Marc gets clear in these sprints, he's just gone. Very hard to catch.
Definitely looks like the man to beat for the main race tomorrow, assuming, motorcycle racing.
Yeah, assuming the usual chaos doesn't intervene.
The unexpected is always lurking. But yeah, based on this, he's got the momentum.
Okay, so Alex Marquez then. 7 second places in a row.
Oh.
It's just remarkable consistency.
It really is at this level. You can't overstate how hard that is.
And while he couldn't quite, find that extra bit to challenge Marc for the win this time,
right,
being that consistent shows he's operating at a super high level. And reliable, too.
Exactly. He's clearly comfortable getting the most out of his package week after week. That little battle early on shows he's not just settling either.
Fair point. Okay, Franco Morbidelli, 3rd place.
Yep, mirroring that result from the GP a couple of weeks ago.
It's got to feel good for him, right?
A confidence booster. Shows progress.
Absolutely. Validation, really. And he earned it, too.
Yeah, wasn't easy. Had Quartararo breathing down his neck.
And Aldeguer.
Yeah.
The charging rookie right there, too.
Holding them both off like that shows real composure, good racecraft under pressure.
Precisely. Okay, let's dive back into Aldeguer. That debut, 4th place.
Less than 4/10 off the podium in his first ever MotoGP sprint.
Just phenomenal. Speaks volumes about his potential in this class.
It really does. And the story of the race for him, dropping to 7th.
Could have easily gone backwards from there.
Right, but no. Kept his head down. Started picking people off. Bagnaia, Acosta, Guijan Antonio Vinales.
A proper charge.
And then that last corner pass on Quartararo for 4th. That was the exclamation point, wasn't it? On a rider like Fabio.
Yeah.
Shows aggression, yes, but also smart racecraft. Knowing where and when to make the move, especially that late in the race, shows maturity beyond his experience level, I think.
Definitely one to watch. Looks like a very exciting talent coming through.
For sure.
Okay, let's switch focus a bit. Pecco Bagnaia. What a contrast for him.
Yeah, Friday sounded so positive. He called it his best day of the year, apparently.
And then Saturday just seemed to fall apart.
It did. That crash in Q2, the second qualifying session, that really hurt him, meant starting way back in 11th.
Which is always tough in a sprint.
Right. And he actually started okay in the race itself, got up to 7th by lap 2, looked like damage limitation.
But then he went backwards.
Yeah, dropped back, then recovered a bit to finish 8th. The reports hint maybe some technical gremlins with the bike.
That would make sense. Going 7th to 12th and then back to 8th. suggests something wasn't quite consistent.
Could be. Felt like a struggle for him.
And the points impact is significant. Now, 21 points behind Marc. That's a big swing from one sprint.
It is. Shows how vital every session is, even these shorter races. And highlights how crucial qualifying well is, just to stay out of that midfield mess.
Good point. Another factor that really seemed to play out, especially late on, was tire strategy.
Oh, yeah. The rear tire choice, specifically.
It seems like the soft rear just didn't hold up for some riders.
That's what the sources suggest. Maverick Vinales is mentioned.
He dropped quite a bit, didn't he, from 5th?
Yeah, slipped all the way to 10th. And Pedro Acosta, the other big rookie name, he finished 11th.
So it looks like that soft tire gave good initial speed, but just fell away dramatically towards the end.
Seems that way, especially with the track temps we saw. Didn't have the endurance for the full sprint distance.
It's always that balancing act, isn't it? Grip now versus grip later. A real gamble sometimes.
Always.
Okay, just running through a few other notable results quickly. Fabio Quartararo salvaged 5th in the end.
Decent result for him. His teammate, Gian Antonio, right behind in 6th.
And another rookie, Aldeguer, solid 7th place.
Yeah. Ogre getting 7th, that's another impressive rookie performance, actually. Often overlooked with Acosta and Aldeguer getting headlines.
True. And Marco Bezzecchi got the last couple of points in 9th.
Still valuable points for Bezzecchi, even if maybe not where he hoped to be.
Then on the flip side, Jorge Martin, way down in 16th. That was a surprise.
Huge surprise, given his pace usually. But there was talk of a recent injury maybe hampering him.
Okay, that could explain a lot. An injury would definitely impact performance.
Absolutely. And bad luck for Johan Zarco, too, had to retire from the sprint.
Yeah, never won a DNF.
Especially when points are up for grabs.
And just for context, the conditions: clear skies, dry track, air temp around 29 Celsius.
Track temp a bit higher, about 33 C.
Humidity at 44%. Pretty standard Qatar conditions, really.
Yeah, but important context. That track temperature definitely plays into tire wear, like we were just saying about the softs.
Right. Likely made that drop-off even worse for them.
Probably did.
Okay, so let's try and wrap this up then. Key takeaways for everyone listening. Marc Marquez, definitely back on top, dominant form shown here.
Yep. Alex Marquez, Mr. Consistency in 2nd. And Morbidelli, another strong podium, backing up his recent form.
And then the big excitement really was Fermin Aldeguer. What an arrival.
Absolutely. That charge to 4th, just missing the podium, a definite highlight.
Yeah, for me, the surprising bits were just how impressive Aldeguer was, recovering like that and making those passes. And also just how visible the impact of the tire choices became at the end.
Yeah,
really shook up the order for some guys.
And it really poses that question now for the main race, doesn't it? The strategy question.
How do they play it?
Teams will be crunching the sprint data hard. How do you balance that initial burst of speed you might need off the line with making the tires last the full, much longer Grand Prix distance?
And that's the perfect final thought, I think. How do these sprint results, who won, who struggled, who surprised, how does that all feed into the strategies and maybe even the outcome for the main event tomorrow? What did we really learn today that might play out over, double the distance?
It's going to be fascinating to see unfold.
Absolutely. Okay, thanks for taking this deep dive with us.